sẽ test mic một chút.
Quyên ơi, bên mày thấy PowerPoint không nhỉ?
Thấy rồi.
Ok.
Ok, bây giờ sẽ check. Mỹ Linh nghe không? Alo Mỹ Linh. Alo Mỹ Linh.
Alo bà. Nghe nhưng mà bị
Mỹ Linh giọng hơi rẻ, ở bên hơi rẻ. Ngọc Mai. Alo Ngọc Mai.
Alo.
Nghe đúng
Alo.
rồi. Vĩnh Quý.
Alo.
Alo. Tiếng của bạn nào? Có tiếng của bạn nào hơi có tiếng ồn á, kiểu nó mấy bạn nói xong thì tắt mic để mình biết là bên nào của mấy bạn ồn á. Chí Thiện.
Alo.
Ok.
Alo.
Alo nghe rồi. Hải Vi.
Hello nghe.
Vậy là bên Hải Vi hơi ồn một chút, giống như có tiếng sửa chữa. Thuận Thảo. Thảo nghe được chưa? Thảo hơi nhỏ nha. Có gì Thảo nói lớn chút nha.
ok bà.
Tôi tắt mic rồi nhưng mà nó vẫn ồn á. Cái mic của bạn nào đó nó bị ồn đó, nó cái rồ và nó một bài đó.
Vậy là của bên bạn Thiện.
Bên đây sửa chữa.
Dạ.
Vậy thì chịu khó là nhớ bài của mình tới phần mình thì đừng có làm cho nó bị ngắt nhưng mà nhớ mở tắt chứ giờ Thiện mà để cái là ảnh hưởng quyền bài nha Thiện. Chịu khó.
Dạ rồi. Dạ em hiểu.
Dạ rồi. Đã có PowerPoint và mic xong rồi thì bây giờ tụi em xin phép được bắt đầu luôn ạ.
Alo Nguyên ơi, bà con nghe rõ cho bà.
Nó bị rè hơn á.
Bị rồ đó.
Bên Mỹ Linh bị vấp, kiểu nó lên xuống.
Chắc chuyện kiểu tại tôi nghe bên bà cũng về á.
Không nghe được Mỹ Linh.
Không nghe được cô Mỹ Linh nói. Mỹ Linh tắt cam rồi mở mic lại được không?
Nguyên ơi, đợi tôi đợi tôi một tí được không? Tôi đi đổi mạng thử ơi.
Alo, mọi người có nghe rõ hơn chưa?
Đợi tôi một tí được không? Tôi đi đổi mạng thử ơi.
Alo, mọi người có nghe rõ hơn chưa?
Rõ hơn.
Mỹ Linh thì nghe rõ rồi, Hải Phi như bị giọng lại á.
Mỹ Linh nghe được rồi nha.
Cảm ơn bà. Vậy tôi tắt rõ.
Mỹ Linh thì nghe rõ rồi, Hải Phi như
của bên Mỹ Linh hình như là bị vọng lại á, cho nên lúc mà nói xong thì nhớ tắt mic luôn. Rồi khi nào gần tới mình thì mở lên để trình bày. Còn Hải Vi thì tranh thủ đổi mạng để mà mình có thể bắt đầu nha.
Ok bà.
Dạ rồi. Thì bạn Vi chắc đổi mạng cỡ 1 đến 2 phút cho nên là mong cô và các bạn chịu khó đợi một tí ạ. Thì trong thời gian chờ đợi mọi người có thể xem trước kịch bản để khi mà tụi em thuyết trình xong thì cô và các bạn có thể góp ý giúp tụi em để hoàn thiện hơn ạ. Hải Vi ok chưa? Hello Hải Vi ổn chưa? Ok, vậy bây giờ thì nhóm mình sẽ bắt đầu ha. Ok. Dạ rồi, thì nhóm em xin phép được bắt đầu luôn ạ. Good morning teacher and everyone here. My name is Phương Quyên, and this is the English Business Talk series in which you can learn English from work while also listening to vital lessons from accomplished business leaders from across the world. We hope that you will gain more confidence in using English at work as a result of this series and will learn more essential lessons.
This is the first episode of the English Business Talk series. Now that we are in the studio, we will be talking about how to make a good presentation with our knowledgeable guests. Today's script is based on questions submitted by our viewers. We will compile a list of most frequently asked questions and post them to our specialists. Our team will be made up of 7 people, 5 of whom will be experts and 2 of whom will serve as hosts. Let us get started.
Good morning and welcome to the brand new series English Business Talk. I'm Maris.
And I am Ken. In the first episode, we will be talking about how to make a good presentation, which has a lot of requirements from our viewers.
Yeah, this is such a concern topic of people who do business. That is why we have invited 5 successful and experienced experts to come to our studio today.
So let's have a few small talk sessions. Can you introduce yourself to the audience and also explain why do you agree to come here? Let us start with Mia.
Hi everyone, I am Mir. I am a sales manager of Nestle in Vietnam. Through this show, I hope that I am able to share my experience with young people and also with those who have trouble related to presentation in business.
Hello everyone, my name is Fiona. Currently, I am the CEO of Green Company in Australia. I am here because I see this show is very helpful and essential for young people, as well as new people, business people. Even business people who have lots of experience can also gain knowledge and lessons.
Hi, hosts and all viewers. Thanks for inviting me to this show. I'm Daniel. Personally, I'm in the HR department for Intel Corporation. I come here to share my stories about presentations and what I have learned to gain experience from them.
Hello everybody, I am Jana. I am a financial analyst for IBM Corporation. I am profoundly honored to be invited here. At this show, I get to share some useful advice to help young people how to have an appealing and interesting presentation to be the audience.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna. I'm come from Canada. At present, I'm a marketing manager for United Health Group Incorporated in America. I have traveled to Vietnam for 3 years to conduct a market survey. Then the show sent me an invitation and I decided to accept it because I know that giving a speech is not an easy thing. This is a chance to help other people to do that.
Thank you all. Thank you for all your sharing and time. I'm sure our audience members are looking forward to today's presentation. So, Mary, what do we have here?
Well, I have gathered all of the questions and organized them into 3 primary sessions before, during, and after the presentation.
Okay, let's get started.
Now we will start with the questions about preparing for the presentation. Here is the great question to start the show. Before starting the presentation, I usually feel nervous and anxious, even though my heartbeats are really strong. So what should I do to solve this problem? To answer this question, I will invite Mia, who is very confident when giving a presentation. Mia, please. Who is very confident when giving a presentation. Mia, please.
Thank you. I am sure we are all worried before the presentation, and I am no exception. I will say some ways that I usually do to relieve anxiety while watching this show. My theory is practice makes perfect. You can practice by picking along in front of a mirror or practice with your friends. It's important to practice hard because you will only be confident when you know that what you are talking. The old saying, he who zero line does will meet the most success. For me, before the presentation, not only do you have to understand what you are saying, but you also need to know who your audience is.
Yeah, but can you give us an illustration?
Okay, for example, if you want customers to buy your product, you have to find out what they need, what they like, and what they tend to buy. Is it like finding customers inside the marketing industry? Only when you understand them, you can become a good salesman. It is the same in presentation. When you understand who the audience is, you can give a good presentation.
Okay, so how about the impressions? Do you think impressions are important too?
Of course, you should choose appropriate informal clothes for the presentation. Also, you had better arrive early at least 15 minutes before the presentation and check the equipment. It will make a good impression on the audience and also show your profession.
Thanks, Mia. I hope those ways that Mia shares will help you to be more confident when giving a presentation.
Let us go to the next question. Presentation slides are an extremely important part of the presentation. So do you have any tips to make the presentation slide attractive to the audience? What do you think about this, Anna?
I agree with you that presentation slides are an extremely important part of the presentation. So we should make slides better to attract the audience who will attend the presentation. First of all, we should determine the target objective. This will help us to implement the ideas easily. Then we need to define who our audience will be to justify the content to be suitable. So we can attract more attention. After we have done the above steps, we will start to write down the ideas for slides. An important note that slides should highlight the key idea instead of complete sentences, because if the slide has many words, they will make the audience tired and they will not pay attention to the slide that you present.
That is right. Sometimes I get bored looking at worldly presentation.
Right? In addition, we always should have 1 to 2 slides per minute of presentation to limit to many slides and cover much information on each slide. And there are less than 6 points per slide and the maximum of 6 words for each point. If you do that, each point can be understood without commentary. Please notice that every slide must have the title. The font should be no more than 2 and at least 30 font text size is suitable for all audiences to read. The final one is that we also use graph and visual for slide whenever possible to make our slide interesting and appealing, so the audience can be attracted by our presentation. They even appreciate the way of making our slides.
Thank you. It is a good and very useful answer. Now, we continue to the next question.
So why is preparing good content so important for the presentation? Can you give us your opinion, Daniel?
As you know, it is your content that will allow your audience to connect with your message and take them on a journey with you. Good content will explain and educate your audience about your product or service and give the audience a message that they will remember. If you're presenting on a topic about change, then it can inspire your audience to change with you and commit themselves to help facilitate this change.
I can agree with you more than that. Having good content makes the audience connect with the presenter's message. Thanks for your great shares.
With the useful sharing just now, I hope you can confidently prepare yourself for a good presentation. And next, we will go into detail of how to give a good presentation. Let us start with the first question. I have trouble conveying the message to our audience, though I have prepared the contents carefully. Please give me the advice to solve this problem. Fiona will share her experience, please.
Well, it is just a nice question. Conveying the message to others not only has good content, but also it depends on many things. But the main is the voice and the body language. First, when we are presenting, we need to show our energy even when we have a lot of work or we are tired. This will affect the quality of the presentation. On another side, when we are talking, we need to adjust our voice raising the main idea and having a logical pause among the suggestions will adjust other attention to our speech.
Surely we do not want to listen to a presentation with a monotone voice. So it will cause a feeling of drowsiness when listening. So how about body language?
Simply put, body language is your body's way of communicating without the use of spoken words. It's the combination of facial expression, gestures, and movements that convey what goes on in your mind.
So going around, putting a hand in pocket or rotating the pen are the right way to use body language.
I do not think they are good ways, Ken. This will make the audience slow their attention to our speech. Instead of that, you need to increase eye contact with the audience. The idea does the job of conveying information and you are able to assure them that you are confident about your topic. Showing your happy facial expression, then you are basically influencing your audience to be happy as well. And the most popular TED speakers are those who use their hands the most. This is because the correct hand gestures basically complement or reinforce the verbal message. So it is like you are getting two explanations instead of just one. Last, do not forget a smile for the speech to create a harmonious relationship between the presenter and the listener. In addition, it also helps you apply stress and brightness when you have to convey abstract scientific element.
Thanks for a very detailed and helpful answer for everyone.
Another question. Is there any way to make good content short and easy to convey the message to others? I'll invite Jenna to give some advice, please.
That is a good question. To make good content short and easy, we have to break it down into 3 simple sections: introduction, body, and conclusion. Your introduction needs to briefly sum up what you are going to talk about and what is it useful or relevant to your audience. The body of your presentation is where you hit them with the facts, growth, and evidence to back up your main points. The conclusion is where you look back to your original statement and give the audience some key takeaways on how they can put it into practice. And we need to add the data or chart to increase persuasion.
Those are the main steps to have good content to convey to our audience. And how much time should I take to convey the information effectively?
Well, conveying the information does not depend on time. Sometimes you only have 5 minutes to give a presentation, but be confident that you will get the information you need. So don't apologize before presenting or mention that you do not have much time. Do not ramble to make the audience not understand what is the main content you want to talk about. Focus right away on the important idea that will help you win the attention of your partners as well as motivate potential customers to buy your products.
Well, I hope this not only help us take less time to build content, but also it will be easier to convey the message to our audience.
A question about a situation that many people often encounter. In the presentation about the company revenue, our staff usually feel tired because the content is mainly about numbers. So they are not interested in discussing this issue. Being a leader, what should I do to inspire others? Daniel, what is your opinion?
If there's some issue that is difficult to express, or you feel that you need to further clarification, illustrate them with a short and concise example or story to help the audience visualize the problem. Be more clear and specific about what you want to say. Besides, while the story will help you ease the solemn and tense the atmosphere of the presentation. However, satire is like salt. Use it carefully. If you overuse such story, you will lose a lot of time and even by judged by the staff as a person who is not serious. Furthermore, to understand better about the important approach, I will show you a comparison between two forms of data. As we can see, a chart can create a cleaner picture of a set of data values than a table with a row of numbers in it, allowing manager to incorporate this understanding to analysis and further planning. Looking through a long table of data, especially for large data sets, one of the common use of charting stone simply to make sense of the new data set.